Oh, welcome to tonight's show. You're with Tom Brown and Steve, and this is NRL from the Sidelines, and we're here to talk about the round of NRL that's just been played. Gentlemen, how are you tonight? Okay, that's very good. Thank you very much. Okay, so are you two going to contribute tonight, or are you just going to...
No, keep going, Steve. You're doing a great job.
No, I know, but what are you going to contribute? How are you tonight, Brian? Are you well?
Oh, you're actually asking, expecting a response.
Sorry, I was, yes. Forgive me.
As usual, there's a minute we can't get back.
That's right.
Oh, you're a
Well,
nigger.
I'm frustrated and I'm angry and I'm sad.
Hang on, what are you-
Tom's always frustrated, angry, and sad.
No, you're not.
Okay,
You're the
we're
one.
going to have a segment now called Tell Dr. Stephen All About It.
Yeah, come on,
So,
Tom.
come
Let
on,
us know.
why
are you angry?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Frustrated.
No. We want to know why you're angry,
No,
Tom.
we'll
You're
get to that.
important to us.
Yes, we want to know, Tom.
It has nothing to do with football.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
Then there's nothing to talk
Frustrated?
Oh, with my team.
All
Yeah.
right, and sad.
Well, you know why I'm sad.
Because you follow East.
about. All right, gentlemen.
East.
By the way, that's
In case they can't spell it.
well, it's incorrect now because they try to encapsulate all of Sydney. They're the Sydney Roosters. Who's this East team? They don't even exist anymore.
Going back to the
that's
roots. We're going back to our roots.
There's no roots. I won't say that because we're on there.
Gentlemen, GIO Stadium hosted the game between the Canberra Raiders and the South Sydney Rabbitohs, with the Rabbitohs winning 34-20 after being down 16-8, if I remember rightly.
How disappointed was I?
Why?
Oh, I picked the Rabbitohs by 20.
Well, okay, they got 14. I tell you what, I'm worried for the Rabbitohs. They are giving away too big a lead, and now this is the third week in a row where they've had to come from behind to win. What's good is that they're finding in the first half a way to lose the game, and then they're finding in the second half finding a way to win. But they're not going to be able to keep doing this forever. They've got to get their act together and play 80 minutes.
If they put together 80 minutes, they're an awesome team, but they just can't do that. If they finally find that mojo, they will give the Panthers a run for their money.
Well, that being said, imagine you're a Raiders supporter.
Raiders are lost.
Oh.
They're lost.
But can I just say, like, I have this to say, Ricky, I'm not going to take you on because too many people do. Ricky Stewart has been criticised by players' wives and by media and everyone else. And
Yeah, I tell you, it's a brave player who has his wife come out and ridicule.
Yeah, but then again, maybe he didn't get a choice.
Oh, what a hero. But my question is this, Ricky. Look, I don't know. I'm not a first grade coach. Lucky. But I want to know when your team is up by 16 and you're playing well, and then your forwards start to get dominated, why don't you make a change?
Like what change
That's
would
all.
you have suggested?
Well, Ryan James played the first 23 minutes of the match.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah,
That's it.
That was a strange decision.
Like, why? What? I don't understand. He was while the starting forward pack was on, they went to a lead.
Yeah.
Then things start to go wrong, but he doesn't bring those blokes back on. He just lets them sitting on the bench.
Yep.
What point is he trying to make? You know, I know that Papali'i is, perhaps a little bit down on form and motivation, but do you really drop one of the best props in the game for what reason? When you're going up against a big Souths pack?
And I wonder whether Ricky at the moment really knows what the problem is. I'm not saying he's a bad coach by any means. I'm just simply saying that he might be just lost for ideas, like Adam O'Brien is at the moment. He doesn't know how to fix it.
Are they lost for? Is he lost for ideas, or has he just got a team of players who think it's going to come easy because everyone says it's going to come easy?
Possibly.
Because the last couple of years they've been so good.
Yep.
They're just waiting for someone to do it, and it's just not working.
And
for them.
George Williams' girlfriend or wife is homesick, and he's now talking about maybe leaving, and that's got to play on your mind. If you've got somebody who's desperately unhappy at home.
But mind you, he didn't play on the weekend. He didn't play on Thursday night.
Only because he got injured in the warm-up.
Well, missing him would have made a difference too.
Oh, of course,
Yeah, look,
huge difference.
Either way, Souths won, and they're lucky because winning covers a multitude of sins.
Well, it does.
Well,
Because you guys were not flash.
You've been extremely sinful lately.
No,
Well, they have a multitude of sins many times, and they've covered them.
Okay, let's go to Amy Park, where the Storm beat the Sharks 40-14. Again, after the Sharks led, if I remember rightly, 8-6 at half-time.
Yeah, half-time, 8-6. Are you kidding me?
They were well in this game. They
8-6.
were well in it.
Anyway, I don't know what to say about the
Sometimes
Sharks.
halftime is some teams' worst enemy.
Or their best friend.
Yeah, depending on what colours.
The Storm just stepped it up a notch. They played exceptional football. Jerome Hughes just, took the ball, put it on a string, and played with the Sharks.
If it wasn't in such a good team where the votes were shared, he would be seriously in the reckoning for Dally M. I think the way he's playing.
Oh, without doubt.
Yeah, look, like I said, I don't know. Look, I think Bellamy is the opposite to Ricky Stewart. Those players know exactly what their job is and what they're going to do. I don't know. Look, Jerome Hughes at the start of this year, would he have been in the top 5 halfbacks in the comp?
No.
Not
at all. But
So
he is now.
Is he, or is it just that everything is so well oiled there, and then he's doing his job?
Happen. He makes things happen. I mean, when they played us earlier in the season, it was deadlocked, and he broke the deadlock, and from then on, things started to kick on. I mean, he's a clever player. He's a clever player.
I'll leave that with you because I'm not convinced yet.
Yep,
Okay.
got it.
All right. Let's go on to the Brisbane Broncos
This was a funny
beating the Gold Coast Titans 36-28. Now, let's. What are you doing? What are you
I'm breaking
over
things.
there?
it was,
It's okay.
It was 6, 12, 18. It was like 22
It
nil or
was
something.
22-0 after 16 minutes. It was 22 all after half
Let
time.
him have a go.
Yeah, 22-0, 16 minutes. I walk in the door and I go, tips in the bag. I was just confirming, yes, it was 22-0.
So can I ask the question? Did the Broncos just something switch on, or did the Titans just give up after leading 22-0 after 16 minutes?
Well, the coach said, we defend like an under-20s team, and we're fine. We're finally in attack, but we don't know what to do when we don't have the ball. And somebody also suggested, well, we score a try, we give them the ball, and wait till they score so we can get the ball back.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. Because didn't they had you guys on the ropes at halftime last week?
Yeah, we were down 24-10.
That's a phenomenal bit of football. Again, something happens at halftime. And as for the Broncos, look, I don't know. That young halfback that they had playing, whose name eludes me. Help me out.
Gamble.
Gamble.
Tyson Gamble.
Yeah.
He might not be the flashiest halfback around, but
He was a point of difference, wasn't he?
he was indeed, yeah. He actually made a huge impact in that team.
Sure.
And it was like the Broncos of old, which is frustrating to say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think he was a point of difference, absolutely.
Payne Haas had another monster game.
Oh, he always is unbelievable, isn't
And
he?
Asako's playing some good football. His defence is sometimes a little bit suspect in the first half.
The first 4 tries he was to the Titans, he was very average.
Yeah, but
And
then he
he's
made up
switched
for
on.
it in attack.
So, weekend before, where Souths were playing the Titans, it was impossible to stop
David Fafita.
David Fafita. Impossible to stop him. He went to sleep in the second half and Souths win the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's absolutely missing in this game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, they said, that's good. They controlled him very well, but I don't know how you control someone so big and so strong who should be just hitting the line. He got 4 or 5 runs for the whole game.
Yep.
But it just proved you take David Fafita out of the action, and that team is still ordinary.
Which they did. And admittedly there was no Tino, but I don't know how someone so big and strong as David Fafita doesn't get involved in every.
He's in and out of games. Look, there was talk earlier in the year. So the game before they played Manly, he scored 4 tries and ran for 300 metres and was this absolute monster.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here going, we're in a lot of trouble. Absolutely contained. 5 or 6 runs in the entire match.
Yeah.
Plays against Souths, comes out, and it's the David Fafita from the week before, and I'm going, you guys are in trouble.
Yeah.
Second half, I don't think he touched the ball.
Barely.
He just doesn't look interested.
Yeah,
The problem is there's people who are pushing his barrow for state of origin, and you cannot have a quiet game in that arena.
So why isn't David Fafita though saying, okay, I'm being contained, but 10 metres out from the line, give me the ball almost every.
Well, he did it earlier in the season.
That's right. Yeah. You might be able to contain him at halfway and at further back, but at the 10-metre line, all you got to do is give him the ball, and he should be able to. Anyway. All right, let's go on to Carrington Park, where the Penrith Panthers beat the Manly Sea Eagles 28-16. And Brian, I know you had hopes.
Oh, we were in that game.
For how long?
Till the 73rd minute or the 77th minute.
No, were you? They always had the measure.
It was all it would take is one little bit of brilliance, and we're away.
Interesting. Tom was very well contained.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It really did a number on
you know, and I've now after watching that game, this is going to be a backtrack very quickly on my words from before to the Penrith supporters out there. I don't think Brian Toho's in it for State of Origin. I've been yes, he makes heaps of meters, but I was watching that game in the first half in particular. The Manly inside players kept moving across for kick-out. No kick-out on the field. Brian Toho doesn't make any meters.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it all depends on who's playing inside of him. And I don't think you have that luxury in State of Origin.
And he's a small man for the Bombs too. But he got found out in a couple of
games. Many hundreds of metres run though.
Oh yeah. He's a quality player.
Look, and that last try by Stephen Crichton, that broke my heart. 4 Manly players standing around, and Liam Martin taps the ball back in, and Stephen Crichton's there.
He's a good player, isn't he, Martin?
So, until that try, Steve, yes. Because if that ball had gone dead, that's a 7 tackle set, and anything could have happened, and we're back in it.
I just want to backtrack a little bit there to you talking about Brian Toho for State of Origin.
Yep.
Would you honestly put him in lieu of Tupu? Or would you put him in lieu of Turbo? Or because that's what they're saying. He'd be good on the ground, but you know what? They just bombard him with bombs, and you put that opposite against him.
I picked Turbo over Tupu, over Toops, but I wouldn't pick too many other people over Tupu because he does a job for you. And what he does for you, he takes the ball out of the back, and he'll make meters, and he won't do anything spectacular. He'll score you a try, but he will get the ball out of the backfield for you every single time.
Yep. I'll say this as far as State of Origin goes, that I want players that are tried, true, and tested. Yeah. And realistically, this is Brian Toho's second season of first grade, and he wasn't a regular starter at the beginning of last year.
I fear that he would be the next Nathan Merritt. Nathan played one game. Greg Inglis just hit him every single time, and it was just a disaster.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to Stadium Australia, where the Parramatta Eels easily beat the Bulldogs 32-10.
Yep. What can you say, really? I mean, the Parramatta did their job. They were slick, and they played against a fairly ordinary side.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah. No, I was going to say.
Not much you can say, really.
And as soon as Parramatta hit the lead there and took their foot off, which is, I think when you're playing against, unfortunately, a team that has a lack of ideas like the Bulldogs does, that was quite all right.
Well, think about it. I mean, you look at the stats. They had 49% possession, which against Parramatta is not too bad. They had 79% completion rate. Parramatta had 71%.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think we always said Parramatta were going to win this game.
Yeah.
And it took a while for the Dogs to score their 2 tries.
Yep.
So they were in it. They were never going to win it.
No.
But you know what? They probably did better than a lot of us thought they were going to do.
Oh yeah, it could have been anything.
So does Reid Marnie put any pressure on Harry Grant for Origin?
No.
He's a good player.
No.
He's a good player.
No, I don't think so.
I still think Harry Grant's a better player at the moment, but Reid Marnie, he's such a useful hooker. He really is.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like him.
I don't know. He's not a loss if they go go that way.
No, certainly not. But no, I think Harry Grant's a special for State of Origin.
Well, I mean, the other thing too is experience. I mean, Grant's already played in Origin once, but Reid Marnie's got more experience than him.
But you think about what he did in the last game of State of Origin last year. He was pretty much the difference, I think.
I don't remember enough.
Well, I don't know. Well, you know what I'd like? I'd like the Parramatta supporters out there to let us know. Would they like Reid Money to be playing State of Origin, or would you like him on the sidelines? Controversial decision that will be.
Yeah, so let's go on to McDonald Jones Stadium where the Sydney Roosters 38 beat Newcastle 4. And Tom, there was a very sad moment in this game.
Really, no Rooster fan cares about the score, honestly, seriously. And I mean, last year around the same time of the year, we lost two players to ACL, and this year, I mean, it was 74th minute or something, and Lindsay Collins goes down, fairly innocuous. He's just got his legs wrapped up, and everybody fears the worst. And Andrew Voss says, something like this happened last year to the Roosters, 2 in 1 game. It couldn't happen again, could it? And then 2 minutes later, it was tragic. I mean, if you're a Roosters fan, and for a lot of other people who are fans, to see Brett Morris, legend of the game, go down in that fashion, and more than likely his career is over, was a very, very sad moment. And if you watch the dressing room, it was morose. It was just shattering, and I had a few tears, and I know a lot of other people did. Look, players go through injuries, and they often don't get the fairy tale, but he's playing as good as he's ever played, I think. Forget about what it's going to do to the team. Everybody's just sitting with that emotion, I think. So anyway, look, it was a good win by the Roosters. The Knights were terrible. The Roosters took their chances. But what I wanted to say was, and I know you're going to bag me, but I'm going to say it anyway, is that if you look at what we've lost at the moment, if we were Penrith, and okay, not accounting for exact quality across the board, we've lost Cleary. We've probably lost Tyrone May, because I wouldn't put Lachlan Lamb in the Jerome Luai category. We've lost James Fisher-Harris, or near to that. We've lost Brian To'o. We've lost. There was somebody else that we've lost as well. We've lost Api Coruscant. Yep. So you take those players out of Penrith side, that is a massive, massive hole. So look, not making excuses. It's next man up. They're going to have to man up, but I don't understand why we've lost 5 players to ACLs in 2 years. It just doesn't make any sense. And now we've lost Sam Verrills with a partial retinal detachment. After he's come back from an ACL. I don't know. I mean, I'm not superstitious, but there must be some black cats running around the Roosters. Honestly, I don't know.
Some black chickens, mate.
I don't get it. But look, it was a good win, and 11 men with 2 minutes to go, and they scored a try. So and Sam Walker continues to impress, doesn't he?
Yeah. I've got to admit he's playing very well.
Good again. Jeez. Anyway, there you go.
Newcastle done for the year, you think?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
I'm writing them off.
O'Brien's lacking ideas. He's got no ideas. He says, I don't know what it is I need to do to motivate these players.
He's saying that he's got players who just think they can just turn up and because I'm in first grade, I can play.
Yep. And how do you turn that attitude around?
And you have a look at, and some of the guys on that team are actually really good footballers.
Well, they used to be.
Well, it's up to the Frizzell, and it's up to.
That's right. You're telling me. That's right. Frizzell, Clemmer, Saifidi, Bradman Best, Kalen Ponga, those guys are on the market. Your club doesn't go all out to get them? Of course they do.
No, but I'm saying it's Clemmer, it's Frizzell, it's Connor Watson, it's those experienced players who now have to stand up and say, you've got to earn this. They've got to lead by example. That's what's going to happen.
But in saying that, that's what Ricky's tried to do at Canberra, and we just bagged him for dropping. Well, I just bagged him for dropping. This is
Newcastle. You can't talk about the Newcastle and the Raiders in the same way.
Yeah, you can. They're both playing unmotivated football.
They are, but they've got to sort themselves out.
So speaking about unmotivated football, let's go to Central Coast Stadium where the Warriors beat North Queensland 24-20.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I don't know what to say about this one. The Warriors were good without being great. They let go a good lead.
They were good. They were bad. They were somewhere in between.
they have a mighty fine halfback.
They've become the Gumps again.
They do. Well, they do have a mighty fine halfback.
Young kid,
or fullback, or
was he fullback?
He played fullback the week before.
Okay. He played.
My goodness, what a talented kid he
is! Another Broncos junior that's gone again.
Broncos let him go.
They're being stolen.
So Broncos are the new Manly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Manly.
You keep telling about real juniors.
The juniors, the juniors that we let go.
Buying premierships.
No, we're letting them go. I don't understand.
Do we want to say anything about North Queensland? I mean, honestly, I picked them in the...
Look, these two teams are hard to pick.
No.
They float in and out of games.
Yeah.
You know, some of the tries that the Cowboys scored were fantastic. Like Scott Drinkwater, little kicks through. He had a superb game. Behind a forward pack that was somewhat beaten. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't want to pick either of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
okay, Wynn Stadium, where the West Tigers beat St George Illawarra 16-8.
Now, here's a game for the ages to forget. That was an awful game.
It was an awful game. The Tigers were the best of the two of them, obviously, because of the,
Look, the Dragons are shocking, but I watched the Tigers in the 20, in the Dragons 20. They had so many opportunities to nail this game. And Brooks, he gets the ball and he goes, I'll just throw it to a prop. I don't know what to do. I'll just try it here. Yeah. And seriously, he's got no idea. I'm sorry. I know that sounds harsh, but he doesn't have any idea.
Adam Dewey's going well.
Adam Dewey's keeping that team going. Yeah. Seriously.
You take Adam Dewey out of this game.
And Norfoluma, and not too much else, Yeah, I mean, it was the better of a bad bunch that won the game.
It was interesting, the spray that Maguire gave him before the game, before they kicked it
worked for Kevy Walters.
Yeah, that's right. And
a couple of weeks ago.
Obviously.
Didn't work for Daz at halftime.
Well, that was a good one. And he was pointing at Tommy. He was pointing at Tom on the bike.
Let me just tell you, he was going off. But anyway.
Maybe he needs to start doing it at full time, at the beginning of the game. Not at half time.
Yeah. I don't know. The Tigers won that, not convincingly. Yeah. I'm not picking the Dragons.
Good on the Tigers.
All right, later time, gentlemen.
The ladder's good this week.
Who's doing it?
I like this. Look,
because
the Panthers are on top with 16 points. So they're 8 games undefeated.
Yep.
Was it 24 regular season games or something? Like, what the heck?
And they've got Cronulla, the Gold Coast, and then Souths. So they'll be 10-0.
All right, but then
11-0 probably.
Then you've got the Eels and the Rabbitohs in equal second. Then you've got the Roosters and the Storm in equal fourth. Then you've got the Dragons and the Warriors in equal sixth.
They jumped from something like 13th to 7th.
So, which leaves us with the 8 on 6 points. The Titans, the Raiders, the Sea Eagles, the Knights, and the Cowboys. All one win out of that. Well, actually, that is the 8 on for and against.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Because 2 weeks ago we were saying this competition's hopeless. There's a top 8, there's a bottom 8, there's nothing in between.
Well, there is now.
Sharks, West Tigers, Broncos with 2 wins on 4 points, and the poor old Bulldogs.
One win.
One win.
All right, just go over our ladder for the footy tipping competition. So still, Amiga Panthera and Brighton 75 and St Nick are all on 106. What's the matter, Brian?
I
You're
dropped.
Plummeting, are you? Yes, you are. Then you and Joel Manly Man are 100 points. Yours truly on 98. Certainly on 94. And then Tom, you're down in the 10th spot.
Yeah, I went up a spot above Stormy May. Hey.
And in fact, what's interesting is that, well, yes, the first 7 have all played their joker.
But then again, remember Stormy May, Sally actually was the only person who tipped the Sharks against her own team,
you stop
as usual.
Seriously, stop doing that.
Sally, you got to pick them. They're playing good football.
If you kept tipping your team.
All right, gentlemen, anything we want to say before we end the show?
No, just gutted, shattered. Waiting for the next week. I'm going to the game, so maybe we'll talk about it.
Bring on the footy.
So gutted and shattered, and Brian and I thank you for watching, and we'll do it all again next week. You're with Tom, Brian, and Steve on NRL from the sideline. See ya.
Later.
Bye bye.
See ya.